Hi there everyone, I am Kelly from the Fraser Valley of British Columbia in Canada. I have a challenge for you. I have been saving up old denim for a while, jeans that don't fit, ripped, etc. And I want to make a project out of them. I have decided what I want to make, and my challenge is for you to do the same. Gather up your old denim or go to the thrift stores, get what you need, make a project of your choice, and have fun. Good luck, everyone! So, for my project for the challenge, I have my denim scraps ready to go. And I'm going to make a project bag for when I go traveling or camping, and I can take one of my cross-stitch projects and put it in there with various things that I might need with it, and take it along so it's safe and clean. So, let's go ahead and you'll see how I do it. Because I am a middle-aged person who is not a skinny mini, my jeans have some stretch in them, which does make sewing a bit difficult, so I'm going to press them. Best press. Give it a good starching. Yep, soak it down real good. You don't want it moving around or stretching out or anything like that. That helps set the best press into the fabric. I'm going to let this sit here and dry a little bit, and then I'm going to hit it with steam and let it dry again. The materials needed are, obviously, old jeans. I've started cutting up these ones and this one, these two light colors, but not this yet. I'm going to use medium weight iron-on interfacing for some stability. Lining fabric, pocket fabric if you're going to make pockets, jeans needles. Oh, it's not really going into, sorry about that. They're number 116. I'll try and get a picture with my phone and put it in here. And a zipper. Now, I am going to make my bag 15 inches across in the width. So, therefore, I have a 14-inch zipper. I know that's hard to see because of glare. Is that better? Yeah, there we go, 14. So that's the rule of thumb. Make your zipper 1 inch shorter than the width across the top of your bag. And I'm probably going to go with my bag about 12 inches deep this way. So when you are doing your lining fabric, just cut it the same size as the bag size. We'll get to that later. I am going to make the outer of the bag with this checkerboard kind of style pattern with the two light colors, and then I'm going to use a dark color as a strip on the bottom and a strip on the top. So I've trimmed up the legs of one of the pairs of jeans, and I can get what I want out of one side of the leg, and then I have another piece that I can cut another one out, and there's the other leg where I can get two more from. Unfortunately, when I was cutting up the other darker pair of jeans, this side isn't wide enough. So I just cut another piece from the other one like this, and then I took another pair of jeans out of my drawer, and this has a distressed hole, so what I did was I cut the other leg off, and I'm going to use the back. And this side is the side I need. I'll cut off all that extra stuff at the top. Use what you got. Yes, it looks like a bit of a hot mess, but this is the outside, one side of the bag. Not trimmed to size, obviously. I will show you how I did it. These rectangles are cut 3 by 5 3/4. This one's 5 1/2. If you have really accurate cutting, cut them 5 1/2. But I know myself, so I give myself a little bit of extra on either end. And then sew them together checkerboard. So just put the seam together like so. Sew this way. And then the same like that. And sew your seam down there. Same with the bottom row. Press toward the blue. It's going to kind of want to go that way anyway, so do it. And then sew those two rows together. your seams will nest up nicely and join up and look good. And then when I sewed the other one, I sewed this, I pressed this seam open. And then all you have to do is attach your bottom and your top. Pretty simple. I am going to get this trimmed up and squared up. I folded it in half, like so. Push it with your finger a little bit, and you get the middle. Just to make it easier to see, I took my heat erase markers and put a little mark on there. And I want this to be 15 inches. So, I'm going to use my big ruler. And half of 15 is 7.5. So, I'm going to line this up with the 7.5 line on my ruler on my marks. Like so. Now we're measured correctly. And then let's check the squaring up. Okay, looks good down here. That line through there looks good there. That looks good on that seam pretty much. I'm going to tweak it this way slightly. Yep, that's pretty good there, and that is good there. Okay. Give it a little bracing at the top. Seven and a half. Trim it off. Flip it around this way. Now we have a nice tidy edge over on the far side. So we line up on 15 on that edge. 15 line on the ruler right along the edge of the bag front. Like so. Again, double check. Yes. Yes, there. Looks good there. Okay. Brace. Trim. Now to do the other way. I would like my bag to be, let's see what we're at. I was thinking 14. Actually. Just to make it a little bit bigger. I don't really want a square bag. Well, it's long enough I could make it 16. Maybe I'll just do that. Okay, I got this lined up off camera. Now, because it's already straight this way and squared up, all I have to do is make it the size I want. And I want the bottom part of the denim to be most of what's there. So I'm basically leaving this the way it is and just trimming off a little bit at the top. But at the moment, I have my 16 line on the ruler right along that edge there. And it's all squared up. So I'm just going to trim off this little bit right here at the edge. And then we should be 16 inches. Looks good all the way along there. Double check the line there. Perfect. I'm going to put another weight over this side just to be sure. There we go. Okay. There. Interfacing has a gluey side. You can feel it here, it's slightly bumpy, and a smooth side. So, take the gluey side, put the gluey side down onto the back of your bag front, pouch front, whatever you want to call it. Follow the manufacturer's directions for your interfacing and press it down, like so. Okay, there we go, all pressed. Now I'm going to top stitch along there and along there, and I will stitch in the ditch on the seam. Take your lining fabric and cut 2 pieces exactly the same size as your outer bag pieces. If you are going to put pockets in your bag, now is the time to get them ready. I want two. I did a long one for a writing implement of some kind, so I have two pieces cut at 8 by 3 1/4. And I have some small ones that I'm going to put my little scissors in, and I put the scissors on the fabric and kind of eyeballed the measurement. So these ones are 2 3/4 by 4 3/4. So, put your pockets right sides together. It is easier to have your turning opening on the long side, so just make a mark about like so. And same with these ones. I'll get one of my pens and make a mark. We'll go here for this one. And about the same for the other one. Move it over so you can see. I'm going to put some pins in, and then I'm going to sew all around, except for there. Leave the gap. Before you turn the pocket through, clip your corners. Go across like that. Do not cut the stitching. Just trim it down so there's no bulk. It'll be easier to turn through. Take one of your lining pieces, lay it out so that your width is across the top, the length you want, then figure out where you want your pockets. All I've done so far is just press them flat. They still have the opening on the side. Press down, ready to be sewed. This one I might make bigger. I'll baste it on and try my scissors. Probably could have cut it at 3, but it might be okay. So let's see. I don't want them too far down, because I want to be able to reach in the bag and grab what I want, but I don't want them up near the zipper and the edge and everything either. So let's have a look at that, what that looks like. That's about 3 1/2 inches, 3 1/4 inches. That might work. Maybe we'll do it 3 1/2, and I'll just draw a line along there. So 1, 2, 3 1/2. You guys see that okay? There, that might be better. 3 1/2 from the top width of the fabric down to where I want to put the pockets. So let's just grab a pen and we'll just mark. This is one of the heat erase ones. I just want to make a mark there. Okay. Line up where you want it to be this way. This is entirely your own choice, where you want your pockets to go. Now, what I'm going to do, pin them in place and sew down there, back tack a bit at the corner, back tack a bit at the corner, actually back tack at the top too, just reinforces it, and then back to there and back tack. Leave your opening, obviously, same. All the way around, and as you sew down here, the opening will close up. So, good back tack, all the way down, back tack, across, back tack, up, back tack. Nice and firm. There we go. Lining is all set. So, I can put a pen down here in this one, whoops, or a long pencil, and this one's okay for my scissors. Voila. Okay, everybody. Let's talk zippers. I've never sewn with a zipper before, so I had to do research, and I found a good YouTube channel with clear instructions. It's called A Sewing Life. I think the creator's name is Lisa. She has a very good description of this because I want my zipper to be inset in the bag, as in not have the ends flapping over the edge. All will be revealed. However you do your zipper, you need to have zipper tabs. So I am following the YouTube video, and these are cut 2 1/4 by 1 1/2. And you fold them on the wrong side, like that, in half. Sorry, didn't mean to bump the camera, like that. Press with your finger a wee bit. And then you can see the foldy line. Fold 1/2 up to it. Fold it down. Press a bit with your fingers. And then do the same with the other side down into the fold line. And then you'll have something that looks kind of like that. The length of a zipper is measured from the little metal doodad to the zipper pull. So let's look at this carefully. I lined up the little stopper doodad on the 0 line on my cutting mat. And we go across, and the zipper pull is at 14. So therefore, it's a 14-inch zipper. I trimmed off some of the extra on the zipper, and I'm trying to line up the tab so when I fold over the other side, it covers up that little metal piece because I don't really want to sew on the little metal piece. So I'm actually going to scoot it just a little bit farther in, and then when I fold it over, it'll be safe. Okay, not the greatest sewing job, but there's a trimmed down zipper with the tab on one side, and a shortened down zipper with the tab on the other side. Now all you got to do is knock off this with your scissors, because you don't need this extra bit. So just trim it to the width of the zipper, like that. Same with the other side. I'm filming upside down so I can get closer, but see how the zipper is not exactly to the edge now? There's room. That's how it's supposed to be. So line your zipper up about equidistant. You don't have to measure. Just make sure it's pretty close either way. Have your zipper open on the lining. So this is the top. See where my pockets are? Top of the lining. Zipper lined up. Equidistant on either side. Zipper open. Take the front of your bag, take the top, and put it right sides down, lined up along the top of the zipper. Now I'm going to be very careful to do this off camera, but the idea is to have it all lined up and then clip it in place. I hope those photos had a good needle position for you. So far I have hand fed, because there's bulk there where the zipper tab is, and my machine doesn't like that, so I just carefully went along the edge. I'm using a 1/4 inch seam, which happens to be the edge of my zipper foot right there. So I'm just going to carefully sew along, and hopefully you can see this a little bit. I'm not going to go very fast, I'm just going to go along carefully, and let's see if we can get it to work, or if, oh, sorry, I got to move the camera, or if we're going to have bulk still. 1 second here. No, there we go. There we go. Now, the reason we had the zipper open is we got to move it when we get down there, so that'll come next. Hold on. There's the zipper, right there. Okay, I had the camera stable. I had to back it off so you can hopefully see what I'm doing. Now comes the tricky part. So lift up the top, and your zipper's here. I've got the needle down, not up in up position, down, sticking in the fabric. I might even have to lift up the foot. Let's see here. Hopefully not. So grab your zipper and carefully zip it closed past where you've already sewn. So you can sort of scoot it past the zipper foot. See, here I am at the foot, and I'm kind of, it's gonna take some maneuvering, obviously, but just go carefully. So I'm sort of holding the fabric. I did lift the zipper foot up. Let's see if that's better. I'm going to feel around in here. Come on. Pull the zipper past there. Okay, and now my zipper's back over here. Okay, needle here, zipper there. Carry on sewing. So now we have something that looks like this. And pretty much do the same thing for the other side with the other piece of bag front and the other piece of lining. Line up the top of the zipper on your other piece of bag outside. You can double check you have it right by lifting up this, and you should have right sides together. Now, once that's good, take your other lining piece and line it up across the top. Also, right sides together for the lining. Again, I'm going to do careful clipping off camera, but that's what you have to do. And then you sew down again using the same procedure of going around the zipper that you did before. So, sew close to the zipper, maneuver the zipper past the needle to get where you've already sewn and then finish sewing the rest. Okay, when you have it all sewn, open it out like this so you have your top and your lining. Now, I probably could have sewn that a little bit better. It's a little close here, my zipper, but maybe I should try it without denim. Might work better, but look at that. It opens up, no problem. Voila. Lisa says to do a bit of pressing now, just to make it a little sharper. Got my lining a little bit funny on the bottom, just kind of pull it out. There we go. Give it a bit of a flattening. That side looks okay there, and give that a bit of flattening there. And then along the edge of the jeans and the zipper, or whatever front you happen to be using, top stitch. This side and this side. After you do the top stitch, open up your zipper and then put your two linings together and your two outers together. Line your seams up, make them straight, pin all the way around, except, or you can use clips, leave an opening at the bottom part of the lining, because you have to be able to turn it through. So I'm going to sew about, let's see, I'll leave about like that. That should be fine for turning through. Before you turn it through, just trim your corners off. So less bulk, a little bit there, and a little bit there. Don't cut your sewing off, obviously. Might be easier to see here. Like that. And like that. Okay, moment of truth. Reach in through your opening, grab the other end, and just maneuver it through your gap. It does take a bit of doing, so just kind of go slowly and carefully and flip it through this way. So you got, it's going to look like a hot mess at first, obviously. Sort of pull it out, and then take your fingers, push your corners out. You can take a chopstick, corner of the scissors. Don't poke too hard, obviously, but sometimes that works because it's got kind of a nice point on it. Fingers first, though. I kind of run my fingernail along the seam, too, as I go. Helps it lay flatter. Alright. So, that opening just needs to be sewn shut. Let's see what this looks like. This is going to take a bit more poking with the jeans and everything. But, same idea. Poke it along there, poke it through here. The scissors in there. Okay. Now the top part, this is where I may or may not be okay. Oh, that's not bad. Look at that. Hang on, I will do this closer for you, but that looks okay on that side. And this one isn't as great, but I think it'll work. Yeah, my tab kind of got messed up on this one. Well, not terrible though. I'm just going to sew this shut with my machine, and I'm going to keep using the blue thread. If I was giving this to somebody, I would probably change to a thread that was a bit more of the same color, but I just want to kind of flatten it out. This side doesn't want to press down with my finger nicely, but you get the idea. I'm actually going to give it a little press, and then I'm just going to run the machine across there and make it together. Just grab your lining and shove it down inside. Poke it in the corners. As soon as you start putting stuff in there, it'll work its way out anyway. Smooth it along the sides. Oop, there's a little bit of a thread. We'll clip that off. Okay, zipper. Not bad. I'm going to change the camera angle to try and go closer. 1 second. Okay, I took the scissors and I rammed up in the corner there. Now that one looks pretty good. You can see a faint little bit of the lining. The zipper tab looks okay. This one is not as good. The zipper tab folded over a wee bit, but I don't think it matters. Maybe I can even pull it out. Maybe. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. That's a little bit better. It doesn't matter if it's flat. It just has to be like filled up in the area. So there we go. I think we're good. Zipper. Voila. Project bag. Let's go get a project and try it out. So when I go camping or traveling, all set to go. I can fit a big hoop. Yeah, can pick it up. And a book. Project. And in the little pockets, which are down here, that you saw me make, pen, and my scissors. Voila. I'm going to make a needle book for needles and possibly threads, but this project is done. For the Quilters Challenge, for Make Something with Old Denim. Thank you very much for joining me for this video and for my Quilters Challenge. I hope you have fun making something with denim. Take care.